Good evening and welcome back to Etown News. I'm Rosena Campana.
And I'm Lexi Benninger. Benefit concert, Mars snacking lecture series, and more coming up after this.
The Elizabethtown College Store is your one-stop shop for all things college. There's no need to run to the mall for your favorite brands when you could stay on campus and shop for school-issued apparel. The school store has new items for every season. This includes Life is Good shirts. There's also Champion jackets, Under Armour sweatpants, and more. With a large variety of styles and sizes, there's items in the Etown College Store for everyone. Keep on the lookout for great sales on your favorite Etown College gear. You can stay updated by following their Instagram at Etown College Store. This store takes student charge, creating a worry-free shopping experience. The Etown College Store is located in the Brosman Commons, open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit the Elizabethtown College Store, the perfect fit for you.
The Education Department is teaming up with Ed.org for the charity concert. The Education Benefit Concert will take place in Leffler Chapel tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Various Etown performing groups will be there to raise money for the Joshua Group. This organization is a nonprofit that provides support for at-risk students in Harrisburg. They offer educational help along with preparation for entering the workforce. There will also be raffles for those in attendance. Tickets are $5 for students and $7 for everyone else.
Violence comes in many forms. It's important to be able to recognize when you could be in danger. Etown's Criminal Justice Department and the Emergency Management Group are holding presentations to help. Preventing the Targeted Violence is a seminar taking place this Monday at 3 p.m. in Gobin Auditorium. The event will demonstrate how to recognize dangerous behaviors and the steps to protect yourself. There will be 3 speakers from various agencies, including the FBI and local criminal justice departments.
Get ready for an exciting weekend of performing and networking. Elizabethtown College's alumni theater group, Encore, will be hosting a weekend-long theater program starting this Friday. The weekend will feature workshops, classes, and interactive sessions. The event is the perfect opportunity to connect with former Blue Jays who share a love of performing arts. Students can register using the link below.
Another beloved Etown tradition is back, but this time with a new name. The Mars Wrigley Lecture Series will now be known as the Mars Snacking Lecture Series to go along with the company's new name. The first lecture will be held this Friday at 11 a.m. in Hoover 212. The lecture will feature Senior Vice President of Steinman Communications, Shane Zimmerman. Zimmerman will share insights from his nearly 30-year career in communications. Now here's Ava Deeter with your weekly sports update.
Thanks, Lexi. The Landmark Championships wrapped up over the weekend with the men and women's swim teams placing 5th and 6th out of 10. On the final day of competition, senior Leif Huffman had the best performance of the men, coming in 4th in the 200 back with a time of 1:56.21. For the women, Emma Sabalaske won the 200 breaststroke B final with a time of 2:33.91. The women's basketball team dominated on their senior day this weekend against Wilkes. Seniors McKenna Mummert and Aaliyah Kennedy led the pack with 26 and 16 points respectively. No player from Wilkes was able to score more than 6 points on Etown in the first half. The Blue Jays kept a lead over the Colonels every period, finishing the game with a score of 73-39. The men's basketball team suffered a heartbreaking loss against Wilkes. The teams battled back and forth all game, with Etown holding a 4-point lead at the end of the first period. However, Wilkes had a better showing in the second half, ultimately defeating the Blue Jays 81-74. Despite the loss, seniors Austin Finarelli and Augie Brody had a good day, putting up 21 and 15 points for the Blue Jays. After the NYU D3 Invitational over the weekend, the women's track and field team set program records. Kaylee Bold broke her own school record with her time of 25.92 in the 200 meter, becoming the first woman to ever run sub-26 in the indoor 200. Isabella Cowger broke her own school record and conference record for the second week in a row in shot put. She had an impressive throw of 12.97 meters. Men's track and field also had a great showing at the Invitational. 7 individual Blue Jays and 1 team set new top 10 performances. Included in these was sophomore Joseph Book's time of 8:51 in the 60-meter hurdle, which moved him from 3rd to 2nd all-time. And the men's 4x400 meter relay team moved into 3rd all-time with 3:23.08. The wrestling team was ready to go Friday night after their loss to Messiah last week. Devin Jackson and Corey Cope took the first 2 bouts against Shippensburg, getting Etown off to a good start. The next 5 belonged to the Raiders, but Gannon Smith, Will Davis, and Sav Muyadami answered. Their wins in the final 3 bouts turned the Jays' deficit into a 6-point win. In your Team USA Olympic news, the men's figure skating team hit the ice again on Friday for the individual competition. The USA was fresh off their gold medal in the team competition, which came down to a nail-biter between Japan's Yuma Kagiyama and USA's Ilya Malinin. It was the same story on Friday, with Malinin going into the free skate roughly 5 points ahead of Kagiyama. Everyone expected the 2 skaters to battle for gold, but in a shocking turn of events, Malinin had a rough night on the ice. Despite his healthy lead heading into the free skate, the quad god fell to 8th place. Kagiyama also struggled, but held out for silver, with Kazakhstan's Mikhail Shadorov earning gold in a massive upset. He is the first person representing Kazakhstan to win an Olympic figure skating medal. Women's figure skating individual competitions began on Tuesday. USA's Elisa Liu skated a beautiful short program and finished the day in 3rd, giving her a great chance of ending up on the podium after the free skate. However, USA skater Amber Glenn faltered. She nailed her triple axel, an element only one other competitor attempted, but fell short on her triple loop. The mistake cost her almost 7 points, dropping her to 13th and out of medal contention. Medals will be awarded after the free skate on Thursday. The USA women's hockey team has been dominant all the way through the semifinals on Monday. The team has only been scored on once, but has racked up 31 points across 6 games. Captain Hillary Knight is on track to become the first U.S. hockey player to win 5 Olympic medals. The team will face Canada in the gold medal game on Thursday night. The U.S. is hoping to bring home gold for the first time since 2018. That's all for sports this week. Now over to Eric Rodriguez Jr. for your weekly weather watch.
Thanks, Ava. Spring break may be quickly approaching, but it doesn't feel like spring just yet. This week calls for highs in the 30s and 40s and possible showers throughout the week. Today, Friday the 20th, calls for rain most of the day with a high of 44 and a low of 33. The rain will continue into the early morning hours on Saturday with a high of 42 and a low of 28. The rain will stop on Sunday and partly cloudy weather will take over. Expect a high of 37 and a low of 23. Monday and Tuesday will be mostly the same with partly cloudy weather and highs of 35 and respective lows of 18 and 21. Temperatures will pick up slightly on Wednesday with a high of 40 and a low of 28. Partly cloudy weather will stick around for another day. And finally, Thursday calls for freezing rain with a high of 43 and a low of 31. That's all for this week's Weather Watch. I'm Aaron J. Girvan. Now back to Rosena and Lexi in the studio.
Amazon's smart doorbell maker Ring is under fire after a controversial Super Bowl commercial. Last weekend, Ring announced it has ended its partnership with police surveillance tech company Flock Safety. The decision comes after backlash over a Super Bowl ad featuring a lost dog that is found through a network of cameras. The ad sparked fears of unwanted surveillance among viewers. In an announcement, Ring said that the ad was not the reason for the termination. In their own statement, Flock Safety made it clear that they have never received any Ring customer videos. A Slavic man is behind bars after 16 years on the run. The man was arrested at the Winter Olympics last week as he cheered on his national ice hockey team. Reports say that the man had been wanted by Italian authorities for a series of thefts committed in 2010. He was tracked down by authorities after checking into a campsite on the outskirts of Milan. The campsite reception triggered an automatic alert to his whereabouts. The man was arrested before he could see Slovakia's hockey team defeat Finland. The federal government is under fire over a series of historic renovations. Last Friday, 2 golfers sued the federal government to prevent the Trump administration from interfering with a century-old public golf course. The golfers accused the administration of violating environmental laws and polluting a park that is on the National Register of Historical Places. The park, which includes the East Plomatic Golf Course, was created through a congressional pact in the late 80s. The lawsuit is one in many of a series of legal battles over President Trump's effort to put his mark on the nation's capital.
After a battle with colon cancer, James Van Der Beek passed away last Wednesday at the age of 48. The actor was best known for his roles in Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues. He's survived by his wife, who just revealed how they spent their final days together. Kimberly and James had their wedding vows renewed as he laid in his deathbed. Their family and friends joined the ceremony via Zoom. The couple was married for 16 years and had 6 children together. Drake is no stranger to making history. Earlier this year, he became the first rapper to reach 2 billion streams on Spotify. This past week, he made history once again. The Sixth God has now become the first artist ever to have 300 songs with over 100 million streams on Spotify. That number will likely increase after the release of his anticipated album, Iceman. While there isn't an official release date, fans speculate the record will drop this summer. Mardi Gras is usually a massive celebration with parades and fun activities, but it had a sour ending for Shia LaBeouf. The actor got into a physical altercation on the street that ended in an arrest. After a brawl with some fellow partiers, LaBeouf was taken into custody and charged with battery. The video surfaced online showed LaBeouf getting beaten up and repeatedly by the crowd. This isn't his first run-in with the law enforcement. The Transformers star has been charged with obstruction in the past and sued for sexual harassment by his ex-girlfriend. That's all for this week, Jays. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ECTV40 for all the latest updates on our shows. I'm Lexi Benninger.
And I'm Rosena Campana. Have a great week, and remember to
Take flight, Etown!